What's up, everybody? I'm gonna show you how to stop all 7-man blitzes. Starting with 3-4 bear. I'm gonna come out in pretty popular pass formations. I'm gonna come out in trips tight end for now. Oh, by the way, pay no attention to the routes I have on the field. This is just strictly to show you how to pick up all 7-man blitzes. And what makes this pickup blitz scheme really good is the fact that you get chop blocks. And so if you have escape artists, this is really, really good for you because you're always going to gain positive yards. So the way you want to pick up these 7-man blitzes is you want to ID the side that you want to roll out to, whether that's right or left. So in this case with Mahomes, I'm going to roll out to the right. So I'm going to ID the linebacker on the right. Then I'm going to slide protect to the left side. The blocking angle should always look like this. And if you ever bring up your play art and that ID is on the safety, make sure that your blocking angles are like this and that your ID is always over that guy. ID the side you want to roll out to, shift to the opposite side, and it gets chop blocked every single time, and now you get positive yardage. Now what you choose to do with the routes, that's up to you. But to show you again, you max pro, ID the linebacker on the right, or the side you want to roll out to, and then you shift. Contain. And what makes this blitz so good more times than not is the contains. Like outside of the fact that it comes in a lot, the contains are what makes it really good because you can't break the pocket. But what I've learned with this pickup scheme is that you're chop blocking the contain, so it gives you free roam. And as a defender, you have to pick and choose if you want to guard the escape artist or you want to guard the other routes, which is really risky. To show you again, blocking angles that way. It's chop block, and you run. Trips is one of the weird setups in my opinion because you got your tight end and linebacker lined up on the same exact side. So sometimes the blocking is inconsistent. I'm not a big Trips fan, but I know some people are. I know Trips was really popular back in like the older Maddens. So if you still run Trips, and you want to dot up, 3-4 bear at 146, this is the good pickup scheme. Double chop blocks off to the races. More times than not, that's what should happen. Like it should look like that every single time. Not the double chop blocks, but the linebacker that comes in free off the contain, he should more times than not, I want to say 90% of the time, get picked up. Even with somebody hovering in the gap, man, see a running back. Because if you don't let him come in clean, your running back will get dumbed out. That's the beautiful part about this blitz. You slide left, which makes everybody on the back end get picked up, and then you go here. As you can see, he got nano detected, but even if he doesn't get nano detected, one person comes in clean. Okay, we can still roll out. So even if he's running after us, we can run to the side in which we get in chop blocked for. This is the beauty of the blitz. Now, if you don't have escape artists, it's a tough cookie. You have to really make the read onto where your blocking assignments are. So if everybody on this back end gets picked up and he gets chop blocked, you'll have a clean pocket, yeah. But if this guy comes in clean, there's not much you can do. So I'm gonna show it one more time. I'm gonna max pro. I'm gonna shift left. ID the mic. Blitz all linebackers, keep it contained. Boom. That time everybody got picked up. And that's what will happen more times than not. Like I said, the beauty of this blitz is you're allowing this guy to come in free off the edge so he can get chop blocked, rather than come in off the edge and have your running back get dumbed down. But the rest of this video is just going to show you how universal it is. It doesn't just work for trips. It doesn't just work for bunch. It works for like many other formations. So I'll show you what it looks like blocking from bunch tight end. Which is bunch tight end is a really good passing formation, but more times than not against 3-4 bear or against the heavy 1-4-6s, you have to motion block just like you have to do in bunch. Well, with this blocking scheme, it doesn't really matter what you set your blitz up. So in this case, we're gonna do the same thing. For Mahomes' case, we're gonna roll out right. So you're gonna ID the dude on the right. Whether that's an end, whether that's a cornerback, the person that you want to get chop blocked, that's who you're gonna ID. You're letting that dude come in free, and I'm gonna slide left once again. Chop block, off to the races. I'll give you an example of what bunch tight end looks like when you don't ID the mic and slide. Got nano detected, but the 3-4 bear blitz comes in pretty hot more times than not. Outside of nano detection, this blitz will scream at just about any formation without the blitz setup or having a motion block. But with the ID the mic slide left, or not even slide left, just IDing the mic and slide protection, this blitz really won't come in. So I'm gonna show you once again, Max Pro, slide left, ID. Double chop blocks. That time the line got to disengage, and that's what makes bear so good. Is even if somebody doesn't come in, the disengagements in the block sheds are really good from bear. That's how most people run it. But just to show you one more time out of bunch tight end. And another, I'm gonna go to the replay to show you guys this, because it'll happen to you guys. If your running back does not chop block, it's okay. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Once this linebacker comes in, he's no longer in the contain once he makes contact with this running back. So even if your running back does not chop block him, that linebacker is not going to disengage, as you can see. He's not going to disengage. And this is the beauty of having an escape artist, because once again, everyone on this front seven for the most part gets picked up, except if you look at 76, I think that's Danny Shelton coming in. It's a quick disengage. Now, somebody has John Randall, DT, or Alan Page on Mutt, they're pretty fast. So having an escape artist comes in clutch. And as a user, this safety has to pick and choose if he's going to guard any routes coming across his face or stopping the running back. The quarterback. My apologies. And quick tip, if you see a spy up, just know the blitz isn't going to come in. If they blitz any of their cornerbacks, just, have a drag at them if they try to QB spy their cornerbacks. But in this case, 7-on-7 gets picked up pretty easy. But like I said, 3-4 Bears are really good defense. So more times than not, if they get the disengages, just roll out, and you're gonna get positive yards every single time. Oh, and having playmaker in this scheme, I won't say it's key or a must, but it helps, because if you put him on the hitch and he's not manned up, you can do whatever you want with him. I'm gonna go to bunch. I want to, my favorite formation in the game. If you if you're curious on how I get top 100s or how I run my West Coast scheme, it's just like everybody else's. I would say mine's is different, but if you want to know, just let me know in the comments if you want to know my bunch scheme. It's pretty easy. So once again, give you contain. And bunch is really, in previous years, bunch was really good. It was really good at picking up blitzes. This year, it's not. Bunch typically gets hummed at. I'm gonna show you what bunch looks like when you don't do that thing. We get screamed at. I'll show you what it looks like. I'll show you what it looks like even with Max Pro. So I'm in Max Pro bunch, hovering over the line, and this is what this was the one thing that gave me the most troubles, because I couldn't never pick it up. I would always have to motion block circle in to pick it up, and even then it would scream at me. Having 2 routes against 4 doesn't do anybody any good. And that time it gets picked up, but believe me, by all means, a mutt, it doesn't translate. And I'm showing you this in practice mode. If you guys want to see in-game footage of me picking this up, let me know in the comments. I'll let you know. I'll show you guys how to how we get screamed at. I have plenty of highlights of me getting hummed at. But same thing applies. So when I'm running bunch, I have Michael Vick on my MUT team, so I'm used to setting this thing up to the left all the time. And I have Moss I have like Randy Moss right here with post flag elite. So I'm gonna roll out to the left just for the just because I'm used to it. I'll show you what it looks like going right, but you max pro ID the dude on the left, shift right, chop block, out to the races. By the way, quick tip: I wouldn't have a drag going the side that you're gonna scramble to unless you have playmaker, because then you can playmaker him up. You can either throw it or have him lead block for you. But so again, you want to do ID the mic on the dude on the left. You want to shift right, and before I hike it, I want to show you something in replay. If they aren't using this guy right here, if they aren't using this safety, he's gonna play. He's basically in the spy. He's in the spy because his man is a tight end, and because his man is not on the route, he then becomes a QB spy. So if you want to max pro and have him not follow you, simply put your tight end on a check and release like this, and that's that safety. He won't follow you. Let me set the blitz up. Hover in the gap. See how he doesn't follow no more? He's stuck there looking for the check and release. And then you just scramble. Once again, I don't advise having a drag going to that side unless it's a playmaker drag. But that's how you pick it up out a bunch. I'm going to go to the replay to show you. Y'all do the mic and let him come through. And this is the one thing I do appreciate for a bunch is it, like with this, with the routes that are in West Coast, you can really go over the top a lot of times. And you see how Kittle goes in for a second and he comes back out. If you just straight up max pro, Kittle's going to commit on that end and let the linebacker come in clean 9 times out of 10. He may come back. But because you slide right and then you I did the mic on the linebacker out there, he comes back to it. And as you can see, because Kittle's on check and release, McCourty is not going to move because he's a man. He knows, the CPU knows it's a check and release, which in my opinion, I don't really like that. But that way, you have more room to navigate on this side. But once again, never really have a drag going this way. But that's how you pick it up out a bunch. I'm in Oakland Raiders playbook, by the way, to show you all these formations. For those who are pocket passers, I think this would help. You know, I hate going against high route masters, but I know some of you guys like to be in single back wing flex close. The same thing applies. And you know, if a pocket passer can pick this up out of wing flex, it'll really create problems because they can have post routes and corner routes at any given time, which doesn't, you know, it can't be covered by man routes. So you max pro, and so once again, I'm so used to you like coming out with Vic. I would I'd either do it on the left, shift right, and get chop block, and I just roll out every single time. Granted, you know, pocket passers can't roll out like that. If you have a Daniel Jones gets you some good yards because he has 85 speed, but it's not escape artist. But if you're a pocket passer, you could you know, I would have corner routes and post routes. So if you're a pocket passer, you sit here, it still gets picked up. Even without the chop block, it still gets picked up. And so you have a pretty decent pocket. But the only negative thing I would say is with bunch, you can have 3 routes. And granted, you're blocking 8 people, which I don't think is necessary. I'll try not to block 8 people. I'll try to have 3 routes on the field. So I have something like this just to show you guys that you don't really need to block 8. And by the way, if you do, whenever they're in the gap and hovering, it's kind of hard to stop it. But if you max pro, ID, shift right, come out in this blitz 8. You can do it. You know, most people, what they do, well, what I do, and I see wing flex, I do something like this, or something like that. But that's the how you set it up. And see, we had 3 routes on the field, and we still picked up the blitz. But you have to slide opposite and you have to ID the mic at the side that you want to roll out to. And even, I'm going to replay just to show you. For you guys that want to use hot rod mounting, you don't want to roll out, or you can't have enough coins to, for the escape artist look. Everybody gets picked up now. I will say contains are glitchy, and if they have, let's say within 3-4 bed, they sub in an LT off the edge off that side, he has the ability, he's going to kill your tight end. This is why having an escape artist is so huge. And if you have an escape artist with, let's say, a slot apprentice or anyone lined up in the slot, it opens your offense up a lot more having an escape and a slot apprentice. But you can have a clean pocket here and just sit here. I just chose roll out because I miss easy yards. But what makes this this blocking scheme so good is it's gonna pick up 3-4 bear out of just about any formation. I'm not gonna go through all of them just for the sake of it be too long. But I'll show you guys how to pick up 146 real quick. Same thing, same blitzing scheme. If everyone wants to come out in DB Sting Buzz, let me set it up real quick. Blitz all linebackers. So more times than not, this is everybody's play art, and they leave the soft squat to play man. Some people do this, so you don't get beat deep. But I'll leave the soft squat out there just because that's how most people run it. At least that's how the casuals run it, and they come down in the gap. And this is what most DB stings look like. Some others are different. Others will have certain shells, but this is the normal one. So once again, I'm gonna show you real quick. I figured out how to pick up 146 in like October. If you just max pro and slide, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. But let me set the blitz up again. Max pro, slide, and then in this case you would ID the cornerback. You're always going to ID the person you want chop blocked and the person that's coming off the edge. So in this instance, you roll out. And with Vic, I'm telling you, it's really this blocking scheme is so good with Vic. It's amazing. And the blitzing angles on like DB Sting or in 146 in general are pretty. To me, they're unique. So when you see Jamie Collins taking that angle, it's almost like he's in a cane, but he's not. But it's because he's crashing. Because he's crashing out. Max pro, slide right, chop block, and you're off to the races. Now the one thing about 146 is, like, let's say if you don't pick it up, the only thing that would give you trouble is trying to outrun, in what terms, is a 90+ speed cornerback. That is the one thing that would give you problems. Because if you have Dion or Melbourne off the edge, and you have Mahomes might not be able to outrun those fast dudes. And even then, once again, I'm gonna go to replay just to, I don't want to put emphasis on it, but I want you guys to get used to it and knowing what it looks like when your running back picks him up. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be a chop block. Once he's engaged, he's not breaking off of that. He's not breaking off of that. But that's typically how you pick up every blitz. That's how you pick up every blitz. I know a lot of dudes hate going against 146 and 3-4 bear and 7-man blitzes because I know, Lord knows I do. But there's a way to pick it up and roll out. And I'm going to go one more blitz before the video is over. It's not popular, but it's becoming somewhat popular. Everyone's running 3-4 even. And this pinch bucko is so annoying. The way you set it up is you just blitz all linebackers and you press till they all get down to the line of scrimmage. And I'll do something like this. When I go against bunch, if you ever blitz bunch, this is what I do: take away the corner route and take away the seam route, and use anything over the top. But this is how most people set up the pinch buck. In this case, somebody came in clean, and with this 3-4 even blitz, this is gonna happen a lot because the blitz is just that good. It's really that good. But like I said, with escape artists, you're gonna outrun them every single time. Unless the only person I say that will have a chance of hawking you down will be Lawrence Taylor. Once again, you slot protect, you ID. See, he's gonna come in more times than not. Now I'm using 2 controllers, so I wasn't on McCourty, but that sideline is all yours. The sideline is all yours. I'm in the works of trying to figure out how to stop it. To me, I don't really know how to keep that dude from coming in clean. I'm trying to get this up to do time on the scrimmage. My fault. And it's sad that that's all you have to do, in my opinion. But you Max Pro, put them check and release if you want. If you're good at checking releases, use them because they're really useful. I'm just not really good at checking releases. That's why I don't really use them. In that instance, he got picked up. I'm not gonna say check and release is what caused that, but you know, you won't pick up 7v7 every single snap with this against this defense at least. I'll say that. But you will always have the sideline to roll out to. That's the beauty of it. So once again, if you're a pocket passer, I feel bad for you because you kind of have to hope that the dude off the edge gets picked up from the right. But if you have a escape artist, you just do this. Picked up, and you just run. And it's gonna pick up every 7v7. Now 8, you might have to, block 8. But any 7v7, you're pretty much good. If you guys want to put out more tip videos, like I said, I run West Coast Bunch. If you want to know what I run or my scheme, or if you want to know how to stop the run, just drop it in the comments. But if you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, comment. I'll be dropping more tips. But yeah, that's it.